In 1970, Technics unleashed a turntable so reliable it changed both studio recording and nightclub dance floors forever. It sold over 3.5 million units, and it became the gold standard, and then suddenly vanished from production. What forced the world's most trusted deck off shelves, and why did its comeback send shockwaves through audiophiles and DJs alike? The answer reveals the real stakes behind choosing the right turntable. In the late 1960s, recording studios faced a stubborn problem. Belt drive turntables, the industry standard, struggled with speed drift and vibrations. Even the smallest slip in the belt could throw off a perfect take or introduce unwanted noise. Matsushida's engineering team, working under the Technics brand, set out to solve this once and for all. Their answer was radical: eliminate the belt entirely. In 1970, after years of development, they unveiled the SP10, the world's first direct drive turntable. Instead of relying on a belt, the motor was placed directly beneath the platter, spinning it with magnetic precision. This leap meant no more belt wear, no more slippage, and a dramatic drop in rumble and wow and flutter. With the SP10, studios could count on speed accuracy down to fractions of a percent, even during long sessions or heavy use. Engineers marveled at its ability to reach full rotation speed in less than a second, something belt drives simply could not match. The SP10 did not just fix a technical flaw, it set a new bar for reliability. For the first time, playback in a studio could be trusted to remain true, take after take. This breakthrough would soon catch the attention of a different crowd, far from the quiet control rooms of recording engineers. Nightclubs and radio stations across the globe began standardizing their booths around Technics turntables. By the late 1970s, the SL1200 was no longer just a studio tool, it was the backbone of club culture. DJs favored its high-torque motor for quick cueing and beat matching, and the pitch control slider became essential for mixing tracks live. The demand was relentless. Over 3.5 million SL1200 units sold from 1972 onward, many surviving decades of nightly use in some of the world's busiest venues. But the story took a sharp turn in 2010. Panasonic Technics parent company stopped production, citing the high cost of retooling and declining sales in a digital age. The halt sent shockwaves through the DJ and audiophile communities. Used prices soared, petition drives and social media campaigns emerged, with thousands demanding a return of the iconic decks. For 6 years, the market tightened as supply dwindled, fueling a surge in both nostalgia and speculation. In 2016, Technics answered the call with a relaunch at CES, unveiling the SL1200G. The new models promised the same core direct drive reliability, now refined for modern listeners. For working DJs, the difference was more than technical. As one veteran club DJ put it, "I have played on the same pair of SL1200s for over 20 years. They never let me down, not once." You can feel the history in every set. The return of Technics did not just meet pent-up demand, it reignited a debate about what makes a turntable truly trustworthy, especially when so many originals were still spinning after decades on the road. Direct drive turntables rely on a simple but powerful idea. Place the motor directly beneath the platter so the record spins with magnetic force alone. Unlike belt drive systems, which use a rubber belt to link a separate motor to the platter, direct drive eliminates the weakest link, the belt itself. Belts can stretch, slip, or degrade over time, introducing speed errors and subtle pitch fluctuations. By removing the belt, Technics engineers created a closed system where the platter and motor work as one, reducing mechanical losses and ensuring consistent rotation. At the heart of this design sits the servo control system. Early Technics models used a frequency generator, a sensor that constantly monitored platter speed and compared it to a reference. If the platter drifted, The servo made micro adjustments in real time. Later models, starting with the SL1200 MK2, introduced quartz lock technology. Here, a quartz crystal oscillator, essentially a tiny, ultra-precise clock, became the reference point. The servo checked the platter's speed thousands of times per second against this quartz standard, correcting even the smallest deviations. This meant the turntable could hold 33 1/3 revolutions per minute, or 45 revolutions per minute, with remarkable accuracy, immune to the stylus drag or outside vibrations that could throw off lesser designs. This approach set new expectations for speed stability. DJs could rely on their pitch settings staying locked, and audiophiles gained confidence that what they heard was true to the original recording. The underplatter motor and quartz lock system became the measurement yardstick for turntable performance, defining what it meant for a deck to be trustworthy, session after session. Technics engineers didn't stop with the invention of direct drive. They kept refining the motor itself. Modern models like the SL1200G and SL1200GR use a coreless direct drive motor, a design that eliminates the iron core inside the stator. This seemingly small change removes the last traces of cogging, that subtle pulsing sensation some audiophiles once blamed for noise and pitch instability. Instead of iron teeth catching magnetic fields, the platter now glides across a smooth, uniform magnetic field, kept in check by a rotary sensor and a quartz reference. Inside the lab, technicians have taken these new motors apart piece by piece. The copper windings, now lighter and more precisely wound, are arranged around a hollow center. There is no iron to create magnetic drag or uneven torque. A teardown reveals the dual rotor layout in the SL1200G. Two opposing rotors cancel each other's vibrations, holding the platter steady even under heavy use. The measurements back up the engineering. Modern Technics decks measure wow and flutter at just 0.015%, well below what is audible to the human ear. Rumble, or low-frequency motor noise, is rated at -78 decibels. In A/B listening demos, the difference is clear. Play the same record on a modern SL1200GR and a typical belt drive competitor. The Technics holds pitch rock solid, bass notes stay tight, and there is no hint of background hum. A senior technician who has serviced these tables for decades puts it simply: with the coreless motor, there is nothing left to fix. The measurements speak for themselves. You just set it up and it runs, year after year. For buyers weighing specifications, the proof is not just in the numbers, but in the consistency. You hear every time the stylus touches down. Choosing the right Technics turntable starts with knowing how you will use it. For club DJs and turntablists, the SL1200 MK7 and SL1200GR stand out. Both offer high torque motors and digital pitch control, with the MK7 built for rugged, nightly use, and the GR adding extra isolation for home studios. Audiophiles and collectors often gravitate toward the SL1200GR, or the flagship SL1000R, which features a reference-grade coreless motor, ultra-low rumble, and a magnesium tone arm designed for precise tracking. For anyone setting up a first hi-fi system, the SL1500C is a smart entry point. It includes a built-in phono preamp so you can connect directly to powered speakers or standard amplifiers without extra gear. Cartridge choice matters too. DJs typically use conical styli for durability, while audiophiles prefer elliptical or microline designs for better detail. The SL1500C ships with an Ortophon 2M red, but upgrading to a higher-end cartridge unlocks more from the GR or the SL1000R. When setting up, DJs may use slip mats and set higher anti-skate for back cueing, while audiophiles focus on precise tracking weight and isolation. Each model and tweak supports a different listening or performance style. making Technics a flexible choice for any vinyl enthusiast. Inspecting a vintage Technics turntable in person is as much about listening as it is about looking. Before handing over any cash, a quick checklist can save hundreds in repairs. Start by spinning the platter with the power off. Any wobble or scraping points to bearing wear, a common issue after decades of use. Next, slide the pitch fader slowly through its range. Hesitation, jumps, or scratchy resistance signal a worn potentiometer, which can throw off speed accuracy. Lift and lower the tone arm gently, checking for smooth movement and the absence of lateral play. A loose gimbal or sticky pivot means tracking errors and possible groove damage. Plug the deck into a system, cue a record, and listen for low-level hum or rumble. Often the first sign of tired capacitors or grounding issues. Most repairs fall between $200 and $500, covering a full service bearing oil, pitch fader cleaning or replacement, tone arm adjustment, and capacitor replacement. Negotiating price with these checks in hand is not just smart, it is essential. A well-tested vintage Technics can outlast many new decks, but only if it passes these basic tests. Precision engineering and reliability still drive the demand for Technics turntables, decades after their debut. As vinyl sales hit their highest point since 1988, the choice of turntable shapes every listening experience. In a digital world, the quest for analog perfection endures. What does your setup say about you?